Good evening, everyone. So, welcome back to our digital marketing sessions. So we'll just wait for a minute more. As I can see, people are joining. It is increasing. So, in a minute, we will start. Okay. Okay. Great. So, good evening, everyone. So, good evening again, and hopefully, most of you all are here. Okay. Great. So, we will continue from where we left off yesterday. So, yesterday we started with content marketing, and we learned about text content, how to create a blog, how to curate the content, spin and build the content, all the things we learned. Hopefully, it was a knowledgeable session for you. So today we'll continue with the same thing. So we will try and understand in the first part of the session. We will try and understand what are the do's and don'ts that you need to keep in your mind while carrying out graphic designing, or it might be video creation of just a few things. So that whenever you're doing it, when you're creating with any tool that you're using, right? So you might be creating videos with different AI tools or with different softwares, right? But these general basic things remains the same. So these are the things that you need to make sure that you keep in your mind. So after that, we will start with our SEO. So basic SEO we'll cover in the first session and first part of the session. And the second part, we will try and understand how to do keyword research using one very important tool as well. So those are the two things we will complete in today's session. Okay. So I'll be sharing my screen. So as always, any questions, drop in the chat. So whenever I have a look at it, I will make sure I'll answer those questions. Okay. So graphic designing, just like text content, majority of the things remains the same, like the heart of the content. When you're creating a graphic design, an image content that is, and you have to keep in your mind the same three principles of heart of the content, that is value, emotion, and trust, right? So value in the form of in the form of images, what you are portraying, what kind of in the form of text that you are putting on that particular image, how that particular text or image will add value to that individual, right? So and also emotion as well, how an individual is able to connect himself to that particular image, and trust factor as well. Here and there you can add again in the form of words or in the form of images also you can add, right? So the same thing principles applies to this, but again different forms, different things you should remember. Let's go and discover that. So here is one thing: collaterals that a brand needs. Let's assume that you are a owner of a brand, right? Now you are selling a product, or you're selling a service. It might be anything, but let's say your company is a brand. You want to portray it as a brand. So what are the different collaterals that you would need as a brand? So first of all, what are collaterals? Anyone? What are collaterals? What do I mean by collateral here? Foundation. Okay. Anything else? Anyone? Anyone? Collateral? Obstacles? No. Uniqueness? No. Brand values, products, assets? Yes. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yes, a few right answers that I have. So it's basically the company's assets which actually portrays the image of the company, right? So for example, so if I want to take an example, right? So here, if you can see, what are the different collaterals, right? So blog posts, right? So digital collaterals we are talking about here. And it also includes the normal collaterals as well. So blog posts are your company's assets. So this is something that you would want, right? So your branded content that you have on your website as well, that you would want that as well. Infographics, right? So different infographics that you would want for your company when you are publishing it in different social media. So those are the infographics or the images that you would want, right? So case studies, different case studies, like how, what kind of different clientele do you have? What kind of problem did you face with different clients, right? So how did you solve those issues? So these are the different case studies that is a must, especially in digital world when you want to especially when you want to onboard a client, right? So when you are pitching in front of a client, so these case studies helps a lot. Clients wants to see what are the adversities or challenges that you faced before, and how did you come over the how did you solve those issues, and how did you come over those challenges, right? So case studies are the one thing again that becomes very important, right? So corporate brochures as well, right? So when you're pitching as well regarding your products, regarding your services, obviously, I mean, first, I mean, before now also a lot of companies do that, but a lot of companies have taken it completely online, right? So wherein manual brochures used to be there before, but now majority of the brochures and everything, all the details, you will be able to find it online itself, right? So corporate brochures are one thing. Product catalogs again, um, right? So which has details about only the products that you are selling, product catalogs, proposals, and presentation. One of the most important things, assets or the collateral that you need to have as a company, right? So proposal for different clients, different proposal for different clients, presentations for clients, right? So all these, okay, is my voice clear, guys, or is it breaking? Kindly let me know. Clear, right? Okay. So if it's breaking, I mean, maybe some issues are there with my network or your network. So we have to go through it. Okay, great. So proposals and presentation, as I said, for different clients, different proposals, presentations, why should they come on board? So all these things are the collaterals that as a brand, if you start a company in the future, you have to make sure that all these different things, including your logos, right? So whatever is represent, whatever asset represents your brand, you have to make sure all those things you keep it with you. Okay, you should have it with you no matter what, right? So these are the things that will help you a lot in onboarding the clients, in reaching a lot of people. It might be through advertisement, it might be through word of mouth, so whatever it is. So collaterals helps you a lot. So these are the different collaterals a brand needs, and for these collaterals, to create these collaterals, graphic designing plays a very important role, right? So, as I said, value, emotion, trust, these collaterals also demand that if you're creating, let's say, case studies, right? So, at the start of the case study itself, you have to add that particular value. When a client is reading about that, he will know, okay, fine, this is the value that I'm going to get out of this case study. This is what I'm going to understand through this case study, right? So, and in the emotion part, it has to make more engaging for the client so it doesn't get bored. So all these things keeping in mind, you have to make sure that you create these collaterals for a brand. Okay. So these are just some, again, many other collaterals would be there. These are some important collaterals I have mentioned here, right? So to be equipped with web designing skills, no, not really. Again, there will be people, technical people trained on web designing itself. So they will take care of that. Again, see, when I'm talking about graphic designing or video creation as a digital marketer, it's not necessary that you will sit and you will do graphic designing or you will do video creation. Okay, there will be teams for that. There will be different teams for that many a time. Okay, unless and until you're running your own company, you're the only person, then you have to do everything, right? But if you're working in a company, there will be teams there for specified for graphic designing and video creation. Now your question to me might be, then why do we need to learn this if we are not going to do this, right? So let's say that your client has given you a brief. He has said that this is what I need. Then you are going to pass on that brief to your graphic designer or your video creator, right? So once he gets back with the, like, material, it might be an image or a video. When once you see those images or the video, you should be in a position to understand what's wrong or what's right in that, right? That is why you need to understand what works in graphic designing. What are the things that you have to keep in your mind to make sure the graphic designing works, right? So that also becomes very important, guys, right? So that is why all these things, being a digital marketer, you might be working in one domain, but you need to, like, have an idea, at least a working idea regarding all other domains that are there, so that you will be in a position, like, when you are in that particular position, on a higher position where everything goes through you, you will be, like, well equipped to understand whether if anything wrong is there or everything's fine, right? So basically, that is why we are doing this with graphic designing and video creation as well. Okay, right. So these are the different collaterals, newsletters as well, right? So things to remember here, one by one we will go, right? Stay consistent across all platforms. Remember, in the definition of content marketing, we learned creating engaging and relevant content is not enough, but also you have to stay consistent, right? So when I say, okay, now just let's just do an exercise. I will tell you a combination of colors. You will tell me a brand name, the brand, or the first brand that comes to your mind when you think about that color. Okay, let's do this exercise. The color combination is, let's say, blue and white. Which brand comes to your mind? Blue and white. Okay, okay, great, great. Yes, right. So one more combination, red and yellow, red and yellow. One more combination, red and yellow. Very good. Right. Great. Great. Yes. So now can you tell me, okay, now can you tell me, why were you able to answer this so quickly? When it's just about the colors. I didn't tell you the brand name. Why? What's the reason behind it? Yes, it's true. We see them in our everyday lives. But what has happened that it has made us remember it the way we remember it? Okay. Right. Okay. So, right. So as a brand, when you want to actually create a brand, right, you shouldn't think about penetrating a human's mind. No, you shouldn't think about penetrating a human's mind or his brain. No, you should think about penetrating his subconscious, right? there is something known as subconscious. Within that subconscious, there are a lot of things that we remember. And suddenly we might not remember it each and every day, right? But suddenly when we see something, right, like a color, blue and white, suddenly dominoes will come to my mind. Within my subconscious, it's already there. So in order, you will only become a successful brand if you are able to penetrate into people's subconscious and stay there. Because once something gets into your subconscious, it will stay there for a long time and probably forever. And in order to do that as a brand, it's very important that you stay consistent. Okay, you stay consistent, because all these brands, no matter what kind of advertisements they are doing, right, no matter what different channels they are using, what different celebrities they are using, no matter what they are doing, they are consistent with three main things. And those are their logo, a color palette, that is the color combination, and the font style in which they write as well, right? For example, the McDonald's font. If I see any other thing written in that particular font, the first thing that I'm going to think about is, hey, that's just same like McDonald's, right? They just look like McDonald's font, right? So it's very important as a digital marketer, if you want to create a brand, or as an entrepreneur, if you want to create a brand, you have to plan about cracking that subconscious within those individuals, right? So penetrating into subconscious and staying there for a longer period of time, right? This you will only be able to do if it's engaging, if it's relevant. At the same time, your content should be consistent, right? So again, you might see, you might come across in the future, if any graphic designer, he might try to play with logo, color palettes, color things, thinking, I mean, trying to be more creative, right? So then you will understand, no, we have to stay consistent. So probably you will advise him to go back to the drawing board and say that this is our image, this is our brand image, we are not going to change that at all, right? So that's why come up with something creative within this, like, using these brand collaterals that we have, right? So it's very important, right? So to staying consistent if you really want to create a brand image of your brand. Okay. Again, see, readable, right? It might be stylish, it might be medium stylish, it might be common font style, whatever you are using, right? Use font which are readable. That's it. You can use stylish font, no problem. But if you feel that's readable, you can use it. Do not use font which is not readable, because it is going to confuse people. Okay, great. Right. So get the dimensions right. So again, nowadays, all the graphic designers and even the tools that we use for graphic designing automatically gives out dimensions. So I've just mentioned it for the sake of it, because getting the dimension right becomes very important, because yes, readable and understandably. It will be understandable only if it's readable, right, Aditya? Right. So sometimes what happens is when you give out a brief about, these are all, experiences that which I have seen, I have faced. I'm sharing that itself. Sometimes what happens, you give out a brief to your graphic designer and you get the dimensions wrong. He would work on it for 3 days, 4 days. He will send it back to you, right? So if it's of an equal dimensions, let's say your dimension is 60 by 60, you have provided, but later you see the dimension is 30 by 30, then you can, reduce the dimension immediately. But if the original dimension is 30 by 35 pixels, then again the graphic designer, or 30 by 40 pixels, then the graphic designer has to go back and redo the whole design again. Okay. So make sure that you get the dimensions right. It might be in social media platforms, it might be in any channels that you are posting your images when you're creating the graphics. So make sure you get the dimensions right as well. Okay. So what else? Right. Be original. Again, same thing, guys. Do not plagiarize, because I have seen so many people being penalized, being sent notice because they have used images from Google. Never use images from Google. Okay, because it would be patented. I mean, it would be watermarked. It would be patented by someone else, and later on, if you publish that in social media, if not today, I have seen people getting notice after 5 years, after they have posted something saying that this is the image used from our website, you have not bought this image. So a certain penalty of around what 50,000 is something penalty in India for illegally using any images, and it can even go to more as well, depending on the kind of images you have used, right? So be original. So you might ask me again here, the third point is avoid stock photos. Stock photos are nothing but which are patented photos. Now you might ask me, so what do we do? So we don't have a camera, we cannot take really good images. So what kind of images we can use? So there are a lot of different websites online which gives you images which you can use for free for commercial purpose, right? So these images we call it as, yes, I mean Google, but Google you can use, but again, sometimes many a times what happens is it's a lot pixelated, the kind of clarity image or the dimensions that you would want, so probably you won't get it. So again, there are a lot of tools. Basically, these tools are called, one second, one second, guys. So these tools are called, these images, something are called Creative Commons. Okay. So make sure images with Creative Commons, you use that only. So for example, I will show you a example. Let's say there is a website called pexels.com. Okay. So Pexels, as you can see, pexels.com. So these gives you a lot of images. Let's say you own a restaurant and you want to create a menu, or you want to advertise your burger, which is very good. So you want to advertise that in social media. So those images you want. So if I just type in burger images, so as you can see, a lot of images you are going to get burger, which is completely, you can download it and you can use it for free. Again, paid images are also there in Pexels. So those come separately, but these images, what you are seeing here, are completely used to use, free to use. As you can see, free burger images, photos, without any watermark, without anything, right? You type in anything here. Let's say I want images of digital marketing, right? So if I type in digital, I'm creating a website of digital marketing, so I want digital marketing images. So if I just search, I will get hundreds of images, really high quality images, which is related, somewhat related to digital marketing. As you can see, analytics, AdWords, SEO, all the computers and stuff, people working on computers. As you can see, all the, when you see sponsored photos, then it means that these are all paid. But other than that, other things that you are seeing here are completely free of cost. Okay. So you make sure that you use Creative Commons, and you can just go to Google and you can search Creative Common Images website. You will get a lot of websites there, just like pexels.com, from wherein you can actually use the images as well. Okay. Pixabay is also really good. A lot of tools are there, whichever you are comfortable with. Just one tool I showed you. So whichever tool you are comfortable with, you can make sure you can use that, right? Compress your image again wherever needed. So don't use large images in your website because your website is going to become slow, right? So whenever needed, compress your image. You will get a lot of image compressor online itself. Just type in image compressor online and you will be able to see a lot of different images there. I mean, you tools there which helps you to compress your image. But remember one thing, when you're compressing your images, okay, when you're compressing your images, never ever compromise on the quality. Okay, there are a lot of tools which helps you to compress and keep the same quality, because if you compromise on the quality, then it might get pixelated, it might not be clear. Okay, so make sure and don't use too much text. In graphic designing, it has to be more about the images, the communication through images that you are doing, right? But many a times texts are important, but make sure that image is the hero there in the graphic and not the text. Okay, so make sure these are the things that you have to keep in your mind when it comes to graphic designing. So is this clear, guys? These points? No, these are not AI generated photos which are from Pexels. Might be someone might have done that as well, but not most of all. Okay. Okay. Great. Clear, right? Okay. Yes. So we'll move on to our next part, that is video creation. Again, just a few things. Majority of the things say remains same. Things to remember, right? Figure out your audience. See, one thing with video creation is always remember it's expensive. Okay. So you have to be extra careful. Okay. So you have to be extra careful when I don't understand your question. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So as I was saying, right? So when it comes to video marketing, please be extra careful. Okay, and try to do your research in advance, keep everything ready in advance, and then go to the production part, right? Because again, re-repeating it, editing it, it's gonna cost you a lot of money, right? So that's why the first thing is figure out your audience before even you write your script. Figure out your audience. If your audience, if your target audience is 25 to 45, different kind of script should be made for that. If your audience is 45 to 65, the script would be a little bit different. So make sure you figure out your audience first and then start with everything else, right? So the first one, figure out your audience, very important. Make your message crystal clear, don't drag it, just like blogs, wherein don't keep it too short, wherein you're not able to communicate everything, or don't make it too long. Okay, so wherein people will get bored, right? So make your message, I mean, whatever time limit you would have set, right? So make your message crystal clear, especially if you're creating videos for YouTube ads, for example. So non-skippable, the ads which the you cannot skip. So those runs for around 15 seconds, right? So you cannot skip. So you have to make sure that in that 15 seconds, right? How can you make sure that you pass on the message to your users, whatever you want to pass on? Or there are ads also nowadays which you cannot skip, which comes for 6 seconds on YouTube. When we are doing YouTube ads on Google, we will see that. So which will come for 6 seconds, which you cannot skip. Again, you have to make sure within those 6 seconds, how can I make my message crystal clear? So all these things becomes very important because it is going to cost a lot of money to create and distribute video content. So make sure you work on these things, right? Set a realistic budget. I mean, be very careful about it. You might think this is the money you might need, and while you're in the process, the picture would be completely different, where you would need much more money than what was originally required, right? So set a realistic budget for that. Write your script first and revise it. Don't start the production unless and until your complete script is ready. Okay, because what happens a lot of times, I have seen that people write the script and then they start creating the video, right? Write the script and without revising it or without kind of like, finalizing it, they start with the video production. And what happens is, once the video production is ready, then they would make some changes into the script. Again, those changes need to be made in the video as well. So make sure, sometimes, I mean, no matter how careful you are, sometimes that happens. But make sure you take your precaution in these matters, and write your script, make it concise, make it the way you would want it to till the end, and then you can go on to the production part, right? Create your branding elements. Again, the same thing, all the branding, logos, images, color palettes for the videos, whatever, right? Combination, whatever you want to use. So make sure you keep that ready in advance, right? Put your best 8 seconds first. This is the most important part for a video, because nowadays we see that, right? So we go to any social media, for example, Facebook, Instagram, all these social media. We see a video and a certain in the first 8 10 seconds, a certain a small part of the video which is very interesting is put at the first 8 to 10 seconds, right? That makes us interesting. We see that, okay, fine, this particular incident is going to happen in the video, right? So this is something really interesting, so let me watch the video. So we start watching the video, right? So after those 8 seconds is only the original video starts. That interesting part would be somewhere in the middle or the later part of the video, but they are putting that interesting part in the first 8 seconds, because that is adding value. Again, the value part comes here, right? That 8 seconds is adding value. That's why you have to make sure you add that 8 seconds at the start itself. Okay. So put your 8 seconds, 8, 10, 12 seconds, whatever you would want. If it's a longer video, choose the right runtime. As I told you, if it's too short, you won't be able to properly communicate. If it's too long, then again, it'll be you might end up boring people, right? Form a personal connection. Again, emotions is very important. That's why we get hooked on so much of content nowadays on social media, right? A lot of people are trying to add that emotion factor, where they are trying to connect to different audiences of different ages, different geographies, right? So it's very important to form that personal connection. Right. So these are the things, these are the few things that you need to make sure, apart from other things as well, when you are creating content. It might be text content, it might be graphical content, or it might be video content. Again, creating graphic content, there are a lot of simple tools that have come up, like Canva, in which any common man just can just go and he can create content. Video also has become so much, video editing has become so much easier, right? So a lot of tools are present online, right? So if you are a person who uses smartphone, right, then you should be able to easily learn those tools by yourself, right? 1 or 2 times you just go through it, you just they will have their self-learn tutorial or whatever it is, or you just try through trial and error method, and in the end you will be able to learn it easily. But when you are creating something, please remember these points, which is going to help you to create better content, which will help you to attract more users to your content, and help you to become a much better content writer as well. Okay. So this was about content marketing, guys. So is this understood, right? From text, image, and video? Okay. Before page. Okay, I'll show you. Yes. So is it clear, guys? Is it clear? A simple yes would be great. Okay, great. Right. So hopefully clear. Right. So now we will start with our second module, and that is SEO, right? So search engine optimization. So for the next 3 sessions minimum, so the today, tomorrow, and probably Monday session, these 3 sessions will be talking about SEO itself. A lot of things we are going to learn when it comes to SEO, that is search engine optimization. Which type is mostly used for content writing? What type? I don't know. I mean, what's your question, Sri Lakshmi? I'm not understanding. Right. So just give me a second. I'll just open that presentation. Great. So as all the modules at the start, we'll cover a few basics that you need to know about search engines, how search engine works and everything, and then we will move on to the important part, first part of SEO, that is keyword research. We will move on to that. Okay. So what exactly is SEO? Someone asks you, right? Search engine optimization is nothing but, in simple words, increasing your website visibility in the organic search results of any major search engines, right? So it's nothing but optimizing your website so that your content ranks in SERP, that is search engine results page. It's as simple as that. If you want to say it out in your own words, nothing but optimizing your website in order to rank in SERP. It's as simple as that. Okay. So we create blogs, we create website, but there are so many things that we need to optimize within them. What is optimization? Again, don't be confused. Optimizing is nothing but improvement. How do I improve? It's as simple as that, right? It's another word for improve, that is optimize. How are we going to optimize it so that next time I'm going to be better? It's as simple as that. Okay. So that is SEO for you in simple words. How search engine works? Can you guys tell me? Anyone tell me? So I create a website, I create a blog. How the whole process works within, let's say, Google search engine? How the whole process works? Keywords, someone says server. Okay. Keywords, title depends on the view. Put a keyword. So I mean to say, once I create a website and publish a website, so Google will know that my website is already there, and then all the keywords and everything, will it, like, does the process work like that, or is there any specific process? Pranaya here says Google's crawler will recognize your website. Okay. Anyone else? Any answer? Specific process? Khan Mohammed says Google Search Console. So what happens in Google Search Console, Khan? Okay, great. Now there are, Google actually goes into three process. Okay. First process is something we call as crawling. The second process we call it as indexing. The third process we call it as ranking. This is the whole process of Google's algorithm, right? So once we create a website, right? So once we create a website, what we have to do is we have to submit, okay? We have to submit this website to GSC. GSC means Google Search Console. Again, these are all technical things. Usually developers, everyone do that, right? So you need not worry much about it at the start. right? So once the website is published, you have published the website online, then you have to take that website and submit it in Google Search Console. Then only Google will know, okay, a new website has come online. Because if you wait, if you don't submit it there, and if you wait for Google to crawl it, it might take months, years for Google to reach your website, because there are hundreds and thousands of websites every day coming online, and there are new updates for old websites again happening each and every day. Then it becomes it might become difficult for Google to find your website, right? So it's suggested, or it's necessary, or it's compulsory to make sure you submit your website in Google Search Console. Again, that is a tool of Google. Once you do that, Google's process starts. The first thing Google is going to do is it is going to crawl your website, right? So what exactly is crawling? As you can see, crawling is nothing but finding. Okay. Google has these bots, or we call it as spiders. As you can see an image here. Okay. These bots start crawling your website. Okay. Starts the journey by visiting a list of URLs. So in your website, a lot of URLs will be there. URLs are nothing but the address www.xyz.com. Just like that, within your website, a lot of URLs will be there, right? xyz.com/blog, xyz.com/products. Like that, a lot of URLs will be there. So it will start visiting all the URLs, right? So it will start crawling through all the URLs. It is just like you reading a novel. For example, you have someone gives you a novel or any kind of a book in your hand, and you open the book, right from page one, you start reading it, right? So that is exactly what crawling is. You are crawling through the book, Google is crawling through your website. It goes on visiting new pages that are linked, again new pages, whatever that is there, through that link it goes, right? So browse these pages, decodes what they are about. It browses the pages, then it decodes exactly what these text means, sentences mean, image means, all those things it decodes. And then the next process starts, that is indexing. What happens when you read something? After you read something, when you're reading a novel or any book, or it might be anything, what happens? Once you finish reading, you process it. You store all that information within your server, your own server, that is your brain. Just like that, when once Google crawls through the website, it will index all the information that it has gathered from that. Okay. So it will index all the information that it has gathered from that. That is the second process, that is indexing. First one, it crawls, it gathers all the information. Once it gathers all the information, it will index the information in its servers, right? Why does it do that? Because when someone searches, so let's see an example here. I type in, for example, this one, right? Best MBA colleges in Bangalore. If I just click on that, the time taken again is less than a second. Is less than, I mean, it's less than multi seconds, which was there, right? So as you can see in these seconds, how many results have come, right? As you can see, usually it gives out the number. Okay, it usually gives out the number. Let's see in this. Just try it out in this one. It doesn't. Okay. Anyways, usually on the top it gives out a number. It's not giving out now. Okay, right. So basically within that milliseconds, right? So it gives out crores of results. That is because once I type in something, Google will go to its server. Just imagine the kind of speed, right? So I have typed in health tips here. Once I type in health tips, it will take that keyword, it will take that particular topic, okay, and it will go to a servers, and for that topic, for that keyword, it will rank accordingly, right from one. It is not, rank is not predetermined. Google never predetermines rank and says for this keyword this is the rank, this is the rank. No, at that point in time, right? So this is ranking one today or now. After 2 hours, something else might be ranking number one because of a lot of different factors in SEO, right? So in that split second, it has to go to its server, see the index data there, rank accordingly, and give it back to its users. And the process works like this. The process, as you can see here, crawling, first the spiders goes, it crawls the web pages and it stores in the index, so that whenever a user, on the left hand side you can see the user sends in the query, it will take into consideration all the ranking algorithms which we are going to learn next. What are the different ranking algorithms? It will take that into consideration, fetch the data from the index, again send the data to the user. All this happens in Google servers within millisecond. You can just imagine how fast it might be. We are crying here. Sometimes we cry about our internet speed here. It's not being so fast, right? Just imagine how fast Google's internal servers has to be in order to fetch those data to billions of people who are searching each and every second on Google, right? So this is how it works. It's not something like, just magic. We put something and it will come on Google. No, there is a proper process as an SEO specialist that I need to follow, right? So these are the process that I need to do. These are the process that I need to follow. And then Google has its own algorithms, has its own process, which Google will follow, and it gives out the result. Okay, so this is the process how Google works, right from starting, that is crawling, to your ranking, that is showing the results in SERP page. This is the whole process how Google works. Is this clear, guys? Everyone? A simple yes would be great. Yeah. Okay. Great. Great. Okay, guys. Right. So we will continue. One more thing, one more basic thing is that we'll complete, and then we'll take a break. And after that, we will start with keyword research. Okay. Next important thing is search intent, right? When you are doing SEO, when you are creating content, it's very important to understand the search intent of the user. Okay. I am a user. Let's say I'm typing in something. So behind that search, whatever I'm typing, what exactly is the intent behind that, right? So can anyone tell me what are the different types of search intent that a user can have? Yes, typing a query in search engine, but behind that, there is an intent always, right? So what are the different search intent that they could have? For knowledge, okay, good. Someone said for knowledge, very good. Any intent? Interest for science and thing, okay. Time pass, great. Lohit, any doubt? Okay. For seeking information, very good, Trisha. Okay, information, entertainment, knowing the process. Okay, research, buying. Someone said buying. Okay, someone is Googling and copying and pasting here. Okay, that's great. Okay, great. So there are different types of search intent. So let's go through those intent, because when you're creating content, you have to keep in your mind what intent you are targeting, so that whenever someone searches for that, your content will be shown. If you don't target that intent accordingly or create your content accordingly, then your content won't be shown, right? So it's very important to target that intent, right? So what are the different types of user intent or search intent? Navigational, informational, transactional, commercial. Okay. So navigational is not an intent which you might feel saying that Google Maps, right? So directions. No, navigation is not that. Navigation is something wherein when you want to find a company directly or a product of a company directly, whatever you type in, that is something that we call it as navigational, intent. For example, if I want to buy an iPhone 14, for example, right? So I type in iPhone 14, wherein I am specifying a brand's name, that I want to buy that particular brand, and that becomes navigational intent, right? So if I want to go to Facebook directly, if I type in Facebook login page, then that becomes navigational intent. When I use, or you type in any company's name directly, so that means you want to directly navigate to that particular company's page, right? So where do we use these navigational intent, content, what we want to create in our website? Where do we create navigational intent content, guys? In our website? Let's say I'm creating a website. Where do I create navigational content? Where do I create navigational content? I'm creating a website, right? Yeah, Harshita, first you say, what is that? First, you're almost there. Yes, in address section, login page. Very good, guys. So when I mean creating navigational content, right? So whenever someone searches for my company name, I want my company name to show up there, right? In order to do that, I need to create some pages in my website which is going to attract that intent. So my home page, in my home page, I will have my company's name a lot of times in a lot of places. In my contact us page, which I would want them to find so that they are going to give me the lead, right? In my contact us page, again, I'm going to provide my company name, address, and everything. So that is something that I would want to target the navigational intent users with, right? So in this way, think about it in that process, wherein all these intent are nothing but it should give you an idea what type of content to create and where to put it in your website. Okay. So navigational content usually in our home page, in our contact us page, in our about us page, all these pages that we create, these usually attract the navigational intent. Okay. Next one is the information. Information is the most common one, where an informational search has happened when you have specific question or topic in your mind. Example, how to write a great article, right? So how to write a great article, how to do this, how can I get this, how do I know this? So all these are nothing but informational content intent. Transactional, again, when you want to buy something, right? Buy iPhone, right? So when you type in buy iPhone, that becomes both transactional intent as well as navigational intent as well. So intent can also be multiple intent. You cannot say that an intent can only be one intent. No. If I say buy iPhone, I have the iPhone name there. At the same time, I am saying buy iPhone. I want to buy an iPhone. So that becomes a transactional intent, right? So where in your product pages, especially in your products and service pages, you use a lot of keywords or topics there, wherein you are trying to target this particular intent, where someone types in buy iPhone or best iPhone under 10,000, under 50,000, or best phone under 50,000. So these kind of keywords and topics, you are going to use it in your product pages, so that whenever someone tries to, like, whenever someone types in that particular query, your content should be shown to them, right? So that is something we call it as transactional intent. And the last one, commercial intent. So I mean, a few years back there used to be only three intent. Nowadays they have added the commercial intent as well. So commercial intent, again, a lot of queries use comes wherein a person doesn't want to buy it now, but he has an intent to buy that in the near future. Okay, so if I, for example, if I am doing a comparison between two products, okay, an iPhone and a Samsung, for example, I'm doing a comparison. It means that I'm not buying now, but I'm comparing them with a view of buying it in the near future. Okay, so that is something we call it as commercial intent. So whatever intent your products or services matches, or whatever intent you would want to match your user, right, those kind of content you have to create within your website. You have to be very much clear. If you're creating a product page, you have to be very much clear what intent you are trying to target there, right? So product page might have two different intents, right? One might be to provide information to the user, informational, content you can create in the product page, or you might want to sell that product, right? So then transactional keywords you are going to use. If not, if you just want to provide information, then just information keywords you are going to use, right? So in this way, again, a lot of details as we go along. We will cover that once when we are doing SEO, different techniques of SEO one by one. All these things are going to come again. So, but for now, is this clear? Different types of intent and how they differ from each other? Yes? Okay. Great. Great. So just a few examples as well. Navigational, Apple, if I just type in, I'm looking for a company there. Again, this is informational queries, transaction, buy shoes online, transactional, best smartwatch under 50,000. So I'm just researching still. I'm not yet buying anything. So this becomes a commercial intent. Okay, great. So let's see if anyone has any doubts with this. Yes, two intents at a time. Yes. So whenever I type in buy iPhone 14, it means that I am not looking at Samsung. I am not looking at any other phone. I am looking at buying, that is transactional, iPhone 14, that is navigational. Again, two things you can do. Informational is again just for information. You type in, how do I do this? How do I do that? Where do I get this? Where do I get that? So basically all those things becomes informational intent. Transactional is at this point in time, you want to buy something, that is, you put in a keyword like buy something, then that becomes transactional. When you are comparing things with a view, when your intent is with the view of buying in the near future, not immediately, that is commercial intent. Okay. Transactional slide. Okay. What slide you would want? So as you can see, the difference between transactional and commercial is pretty much clear there. Do, and here commercial. There is best smartwatch under 50,000. Maybe he doesn't want to buy immediately, he's just comparing. So this becomes a commercial intent. Want to go to this? You can do this as well. Yes, hopefully everything is clear. Informational, that was whatever 90% of our search every day is information, trying to find information, right? So that's an information. Okay, great. So we'll take a 10 minutes break, guys. And once we come back, we will start with our keyword research. So we'll use a tool, and in simple way, we will extract a few keywords, and that would be your not exactly assignment, but that would be something that you would need to practice it. Okay, great. So we'll take a 10 minutes break. So we'll come back and start. Okay, guys. So we'll continue. Okay. So I have a question here. By Ashish, you say that um so many creators use the same keyword to rank those websites or the content. How to know, right? So basically, yes, I mean a lot of people will use the same keywords and stuff like that, but you have to understand is to rank your content, keyword is not the only factor. In SEO, I mean, to be honest, Google uses more than 200 algorithms in order to rank a particular website, right? So again, in SEO, there are a lot of different things, ranking factors we will come across. Along with keyword research, finding the right kind of keywords, you have to make sure, right? So you do those things also right, and repeatedly you be consistent with that again and again, then only you will be able to send you, then only you will be able to rank your website. Okay. So we will grow simple process. I will show you. Will not go into very detail of keyword research because again it will take weeks and months together. It needs a lot of practice and a lot of understanding. So we will have a simple look of a tool, very good tool, that is our Google Keyword Planner. In that tool, we will try and understand how to look for keywords, how to find keywords that we would want and how to extract them and how to use them in our content as well. Okay, great. Right. So keyword research. Right. So what's the process of keyword research? Okay. Before we go to the process of keyword research, I will take you the process of creating a Google Ads account for yourself. Okay. That's very important. So you'll just create a Google Ads account. Anyone can create it. It's free of cost. A dummy account we will create and just see the process step by step. I will take you through the process and later, whenever you are free, you can create your own Google Ads account and then you can go to keywords and research for your own keywords. Okay, and this Google Ads account is gonna, we are going to use it when we come to Google Ads as well. When we are learning to create different campaigns through Google Ads, we are going to use this then as well. Okay, right. So in your Google, just go to Google Ads sign up. Google Ads sign up. As you can see, this is what you will get. Grow your business with Google. You can click on this step by step process. See this in the video again. You can later you can just see if you have missed. Click on sign in. Right. So here you get new Google Ads account. Right. Directly with your email ID. If you sign in, new Google Ads account. Okay. So and you're going to click on new Google Ads account. So here, if you get this particular thing, click on skip campaign creation. As you can see here, skip campaign creation is there, right? So click on skip campaign creation. Okay. So once you click on skip campaign creation, this is the billing page you are going to get. So don't go on creating the campaign. Otherwise, you won't be able to get to your Google account. Okay. So as you can see here, so want personalized messaging app, you can take yes or no for now. So billing country, India, time zone, currency. So make sure this you get it right the first time because this is the only section in Google Ads which you cannot change later. Okay, so maybe you are having a client who is from, let's say, Dubai, and he wants to pay through, Dubai dinar or some other country, some other currency. If they want to pay through that, then if you need to create an account with that billing account, and then you have to create a new Google Ads account for them. Because first, if you choose this, again later on you cannot change that. Okay. So again, click on submit, and this is the page you will get. And final, click on explore your account. Right. Right. So this is how your Google Ads account will look like. Okay. So as you can see, now nothing is there. We have created nothing. So no campaigns, no. This is actually a new look account of Google Ads account. Before it was like, they have completely changed. No, don't create it now. If you have lost your connection, if you didn't understand the whole process, then probably you can just watch the recording later and understand the process and create it later. Okay. Don't create the accounts now. Later you can create it. Okay. So as you can see, this is the Google Ads account that we have here. Okay. Great. So now what we want to do is we want to go to Keywords Planner, right? In tools, just see that if you have Keywords Planner, as you can see in tools, you need to go to tools. In tools, there is planning, and in there is something known as Keywords Planner. Okay. Remember this, once you create the account in the same process that I did, once you do that, go to tools, and here Keywords Planner, in planning, and under planning there is Keyword Planner. Click on Keyword Planner. Okay, so let it be here. So this is the whole process, guys. This is the whole process of creating your own Google Ads account. Okay, which is completely free of cost. You don't need to pay anything for this. And navigating to Keywords Planner. Okay, this is the process still there. How to again research, we will come to that in a bit. Now let's understand the process, simple process of keyword research, right? First, what we need to do is find the relevant keywords for your business, and we have to build a list of keywords, not just one or two keywords, because you need to create more and more content to attract more and more people. It's as simple as that. And in order to find the relevant keywords for your business, okay, there are two main things that you have to keep in your mind. One is the volume, the other one is the difficulty. So what do I mean by volume of the keyword? Anyone? Volume of the keyword? Muskan, is it mandatory? No. If you want to do it, it will be great. What do I mean by volume of the keyword? I need to see the volume of the keyword. I need to keep volume of the keyword in my mind. Main words, easy to search. How much short word, size and structure. Okay. Okay. So here the volume of the keyword means how many times that keyword has been searched. Okay. So that becomes very important for me. If that keyword is not being searched at all, people are not searching for that keyword, then what's the use of creating content with that keyword? When there is no searches at all, then what's the use of creating content with that keyword, right? So volume of the keyword becomes very important for me, where I have to keep in my mind how many searches are happening with that keyword. The second one is difficulty. So what is difficulty of a keyword? In difficulty, what do I actually see? Difficulty. Guys, difficulty, simple word. Okay. Harshit says simple word. Anyone else? Complexity of word. Okay. Anyone else? Difficulty? Okay. So here difficulty means competition. Someone just asked me after the break a question. What if my competitors are also using the same keyword? Yes, a lot of competition will be using the same keywords, but you have to see how much of the competition is using your keywords, right? So that will show in the difficulty level, whether the difficulty is low, medium, high, right? So those kind of things you have to see before you choose the keyword. Now, let's say I have two keywords with me. Okay. First keyword has high volume and low difficulty. Second keyword has low volume and high difficulty. The third keyword, okay, let's say three keywords. The third keyword has high volume and high difficulty. Okay, I'll just write it down. It might sound confusing for you people. Okay. So here I say first one is high volume, low difficulty. The second one is low volume, high difficulty. The third one is high volume, high difficulty. And the last one I'll use low volume, low difficulty. I have four keywords here, which has these numbers. First one has high volume, at the same time low difficulty. Second, low volume, high difficulty. Third one, high volume, high difficulty. Low volume, low difficulty. Which one will I choose? Harshit says one, Raksha says one. Okay. Okay, guys. More guys. I see a lot of guys here attending this. So which one would you choose? Okay. Okay. Great. Yes, guys. I mean, most of you all are right. The keyword that I would choose of these options would be high volume, low difficulty, wherein the volume, a lot of people are searching for it, but at the same time, the competition is less for that keyword. So there is a huge possibility that I might get ranked if I use these keywords, right? The second one I won't use because volume itself is low. At the same time, there is a lot of competition for that. Then what's the use? I have to fight the competition. At the same time, there are low searches as well. There is no use of me, I mean, using those kind of keywords, right? If there is high volume, high difficulty, maybe sometimes you will use that. Maybe sometimes wherein a volume is high, difficulty is high, you will take up the challenge and say that if the competition is there, not a problem. I still have a lot of volume for this keyword, then let me try. Low volume, low difficulty, again, sometimes you might use that when you have to create content with those keywords wherein you see that there is not much competition, even the volume is low, there is some volume, a little bit volume is there through which I can get some people into my website, right? Sometimes you might use that, but if all these four are together, uh, yeah, I will show you, Harshit, how do you know the word has high difficulty, low difficulty. In the tool, we will get all that. Okay. Volume, difficulty, everything. Okay. If I am given these four options, then the option that I will choose is high volume and low difficulty. Hopefully this is clear. And if this is clear, most of the things when it comes to keyword research would be much, much easier for you to understand, right? So I will go back to this one. Let's do a simple keyword research here. Okay. Let's do a simple keyword research, right? So I want to discover new keywords. So I'll click on that. And here I will type, let's say, digital marketing training. You can type in multiple keywords here, up until 10 keywords you can search for. So I have to type in here and just click on tab, and you can see this is taking, right? So multiple keywords also you can research. I will be doing this for one keyword for now. Okay. So digital marketing training. So I want to search for this particular keyword. I want to search variety of keywords, different keywords, which I can actually use. Okay. So I have typed in this. Now here there is a option of enter a site or filter. If you already have a website, and for that website, again, to create more content, you need suggestive keywords, then you can put your website address here and it will give you suggestive keywords for your website. But now we don't have a website. We are doing pure keyword research. So I have just put digital marketing training here and I will click on get results. Okay. So as you can see here, I have got 1284 keyword ideas available here. Okay. So I've got 1284. So obviously, no one can take all these keywords and do research and see which are the best keywords, right? So what you have to do is you have to start your filter process. Before that, on top, as you can see, here the country is India. Whichever country you want, you can choose. If you want the whole, I mean, the whole world, then just remove India from here. Then it will take the whole world automatically, right? So I will just put India for now. India country, right? So India I have taken. Okay. So India is there. Language is English and the search engine is Google here. Okay. And the search engine is Google here. And the date range also. When do I want? Like, for the last 1 year or for the last 1 month, whatever is there, date range I can choose here itself. Last month, last 12 months, or a particular date range also I can choose. So for the last 1 year, I have taken here. So I have got 1284 keywords. Now I will start refining these keywords. On the right hand side, as you can see, there is something known as refine keywords. If you don't get this, you will get something like this. Okay, on the right hand side, refine keywords. Then you have to click on that keyword, right? So as you can see, refine keywords. Now it's our duty to find the best keywords, and that's why we are going to eliminate the keywords that we would not want. Okay. So my keyword idea was digital marketing training. For this, I wanted to find as many keywords as possible. Okay. Here, the first option, as you can see, refining keywords, brand or non-brand. I don't want any branded keywords. What are branded keywords? Branded keywords are keywords which contains a brand name. Okay. So like Google digital marketing. So if someone is searching for Google digital marketing, he already wants to do digital marketing with Google. Why would it, search come to my particular institute or any institute that I am running? So I don't want branded. I just want non-branded keywords. So I will remove all the company's name from here. Okay. So I will remove all the company's name from here. I will just keep non-branded itself. Platform also I don't want, because if someone is searching for digital marketing training from udemy.com, then again he wouldn't want to do it with me. He would want to do it for Udemy, Coursera, edX. He would want to do it from that platform. So I don't want keywords which contain these brands. I don't want to use them, right? So I will remove the platforms as well. As well as schools are also here. If I come down, schools, if someone is searching for digital marketing from IIT or IIM, then he wouldn't come to my institute, right? So I don't want those keywords to be in my this one, right? So keywords. So I will remove that. And if I scroll down here again, other brands also, I don't want anything. So brands, non-brands, I have only kept non-brands here. Now I will go to next service. Okay. So I will go to next part here. As you can see, service. Okay. Internet marketing, social marketing. Okay. I would want these keywords there. So let's say internet marketing, I wouldn't want social media marketing, content marketing, search engine, other. I would want that as a service. Course again, certificate course. Yes, I'm not providing a degree course. I'm just providing certificate course, right? So if someone is searching for digital marketing degree, probably he wouldn't be interested in my course. So I will remove degree course, and I will scroll down. Institution, university, colleges. I don't want that. Someone searching for university or colleges. I don't want those keywords. I will remove that as well. And here ads, course, academy, other things, whatever is there, ads, marketing skills. Okay, all these things. I'll just sales again. I will remove that. So whatever I don't need, you can go through that thoroughly and you can remove that. Now, as you can see, it has removed, it is showing just 331 keywords out of 1284 keywords. Right from 1200, I have refined it to 331 keywords, right? But still I can refine more. Remember, I want which is of volume should be at least low to medium, I mean high to medium, and difficulty should be low to medium. I don't want high difficulty at all, right? Where do I find it? As you can see here, guys, average monthly searches. This is nothing but your volume. Okay, volume is 1000 to 10,000, 100 to 1000, 100 to 1000, 100 to 1000. As you can see, this is the volume tab. And the difficulty tab is here, competition. As you can see, competition here. And the difficulty is medium, high, low. It will show as medium, high, low. Once you download it, it will show in numbers. But now it is showing here medium or high or low. Okay, hopefully it's clear. Where do you see the volume in this and where do you see the difficulty, that is your competition in this? So remember, the first refining I did on the right hand side with refined keywords. Now the second filter I'm going to add. Just concentrate here. Add filter I will do. And here competition. For example, competition. Competition, I want just medium, low and medium. I don't want high competition. Okay. So I am adding that filter. So all the keywords, probably most of the keywords that are there are medium or low here itself. That's why it is just showing 331. I will add one more key, this one. Uh, 1 second. Exclude other ideas. Add filter, competition, low, medium, apply. Okay. Let's see how many are there, low and medium. As you can see, 323. From 331, it came down to 323. I will add one more filter here. Let's say keywords. Okay. So show me, okay, show me keywords which has, okay, which contains, let's say, digital marketing training. Okay. So this, I want it in all the keywords. Okay. Any keywords, show me only keywords which has digital marketing training. Along with it will have some other prefix and suffix, that's fine. But all the keywords should have digital marketing training in it. So show me that particular keywords. Okay. So I'll just step it and apply. So as you can see, I have come down to 9 keywords here. Right from 323, I have come down to 9. If you feel you would want more ideas in this, maybe you will add a filter here, and for the keyword, you would just say, okay, show me with just, it's fine for me if it has digital marketing in it, not training the whole thing. But if it has digital marketing, show me. I will see if that suits me or no. So if I see now, here the idea is 161. Okay. So total 161 keywords I have got here. In these keywords, again, I can download it. I can research for a lot of things. That process follows next. So first keyword, first process as we studied was, as you can see here, first process is find relevant keywords for your business and build a list. So building a list now. So once you have done with this, once you have refined your keywords on the right hand side, once you have, like, put on filters like competition as well as keywords, Now you can download it. On the right hand side, you have the download here and click on download. In CSV or Google Sheets, select CSV format. And this particular keyword report is downloaded. So as you can see, I can click on this. I have opened this. As you can see, this is my complete keyword report. Okay. So this is your practice which you have to do, I mean, before tomorrow. Because again, we will be going every day, new things we'll be doing. So you will be left far behind if you don't practice, right? So you don't have to send me anything or anything. Blogs, I'll just share you a mail ID. The blogs you can share me. But this is one thing that you have to practice. Okay. I again, how to refine this keyword, how to make it proper, how to select keywords from this. We will continue that tomorrow. Okay. But till today, what we have done is create your Google account. Okay. Your own Google account, Google Ads account. Go to Keyword Planner. Put in the keyword that you want to search for. It might be any brand, any keyword, any thing of topic of your choice. Put in that keyword, put in that particular keyword, and then do the process that we did. Refine the keywords, filter the keywords, download the report of the keywords. Can you do that, guys? The process? Yes? Yes. Great. Yes. Please try, guys. If you don't understand, if you don't get it, again, video recording would be there. So make sure. Is it possible to do it in mobile? Yes, keyword planner, you'll get it in mobile. You can do it. You can do it in mobile as well, keyword planner. So that shouldn't be a problem. Okay. So again, I don't want to again go through a lot of things. Some people might get this one. Anyways, we have last 5-10 minutes left for today's session. So we will continue tomorrow how to refine the keywords and choose the keywords and everything. We will do it tomorrow. Yeah, you can download it. I showed you how to download it, right? And this is the downloaded keyword report that I have. Right? So this is the keyword report that I got just now, which I downloaded. Okay, great. So make sure you do it. And the blogs, guys, you can send the blogs to this mail ID if you have written, if you want feedback from that. Okay, I've shared you the email ID. To this mail ID, you can share the blogs or any questions or anything you have to this mail ID, you can share it, guys. Okay, I'll just stop sharing. Right. Great. So coming to that part wherein, guys, you have any questions, any doubts, anything that you have want to clear, please make sure you mark your attendance as well. Any questions, any doubts you have that you want to clear, you can ask. Recording is available in the LMS, guys. So please register to the LMS. If you have not registered yet, all the recordings of all the classes are present there. You're welcome, Sadguna. Okay. Any questions, guys? Any questions before we wrap up today's session? Navigational intent is when you are searching for a particular company or a brand, right? So that is something known as navigational. If you want to search for, let's say, any product of Lakme, then if you're including the name Lakme there, then you are searching for that company, that particular brand, then it becomes navigational intent. Surya Teja, I'm sorry, I cannot speak in Telugu. So you have to go through the recordings once more. Yeah. How can you register in LMS? LMS link has been shared with you guys. AI tool that gives you customized logo. A lot of them are there, but again, those are paid and very expensive tools, right? So yes, this certificate will be valid. Uh, okay, LMS people here, they want the LMS link to be shared again. Chandana, if you can do that, that will be great for them. Yeah, session is done for today. If you have questions, you can ask. Otherwise, you can exit the session. Yes, you can use this for any kind of business. Test will be a surprise test. Make sure you attend all the sessions. You never know when the test is going to be there. Test is mandatory, guys. Yeah, whatever I am teaching you, the same thing is going to come in the test as well. It will be multiple choice, so don't worry about that. Yeah, keywords are useful for video marketing also. The same process happens there as well, video marketing. Saturday and Sunday, there will not be any class. Tomorrow will be the last class of the week. We will continue from next Monday after tomorrow. Duration of the test will be around 30-40 minutes. That's it. Simple MCQ questions would be there. That's all. Okay. Any more question, guys? How many questions? You will see that in the test, Kushal. Don't worry. Okay. Great. Thank you so much, guys. Please make sure you practice whatever we did, and we will continue tomorrow. Okay. Great. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, Mayur. Guys, hope you enjoy the session. So, is there any queries regarding LMS recordings? Please let me know in the chat box. And I'm sharing the attendance link again. Please make sure your attendance. I sent already registration link as well. LMS is YouTube. No, no Lokesh. LMS is a portal. Guys, is there any query regarding LMS? Drop an email to edl@xlo.com. My team will connect you and solve your queries. I send the email ID in chat box. Maitri ma'am certificate when they will give after finishing this program. Dinesh ma'am, how many days in classes? 15 days. 15 days and weekdays only. Monday to Friday. Darshana already we told that test is a surprise. Guys, regarding LMS recordings, please drop an email to edl@xlo.com. So you will get a solution for that. Mahendra, you can't find your attendance. We'll get to know your attendance. You can't get to know. Okay, guys. Okay, I think time is up. we'll wind up the session for today. Thanks for joining. We'll meet you on the tomorrow, same time, same place. Up to then, take care, guys. Good night, everybody.